Hello, everyone, and welcome to those on panel and those joining us from around the globe for Global Student Chat. Today, we will be discussing the idea of carving a path to success. Global Student Chat is a student-led Twitter chat that connects K-12 students worldwide to discuss topics and questions related to character education, social justice, and citizenship. Global Student Chat creates opportunities for students to network with others, gain perspective, build relationships with new learning partners in a literacy-rich learning environment, experience social media as a powerful platform for learning, and establish a positive digital footprint. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm going to kick things over to Simar, who will explain how to use our back channels to get involved in the conversation today.
Thank you so much, Mr. Drezek, and hello to everybody tuning in from around the world. We'd love to get to know you, so feel free to share your first name and where in the world you're tuning in from today. With respect to the Tech Talk, if you're watching us on YouTube, you can communicate with the Global Student Chat team by signing it with a Google account and using the chat feature to comment or ask a question. If you have Twitter, follow the hashtag Global Student Chat to read ideas, thoughts, questions shared by others and add your thinking to get involved in the conversation. We'll be using the Q1A1 format, and if you have any questions, we will bring them to the panel. Please remember that the audience for this chat is K to 12, so your comments and questions should be appropriate for all ages. Passing over to our expert panelist, Mr. Dave.
Hi, everybody. My name is Dave Burgess, and I am the author of Teach Like a Pirate, which is a book for a professional development book for teachers. And I am the president of Dave Burgess Consulting Incorporated, which is a book publishing company that publishes books from educators for educators all over the world, including 2 books by a global student chat favorite, Jennifer Costa-Todd.
All right.
I guess.
Yep.
We'll start with introductions now. Samir, how about we start with you?
All right. So, hello, my name is Simar Mohanty, and I'm a grade 11 STEMness and hardcore student change maker hailing from Bangalore. Super excited for today's conversation.
Namia?
Thank you, Sam. So, hi everyone, I'm Namya Joshi, a grade 10 student at Satpal Middle School, India. This is my second year at the Global Student Chat. So excited for today's topic, that is carving a path to success. I'm very excited to hear the other people's thoughts and the chats, and also the lead change makers here as well to listen about their thoughts on what they think about success. Thank you.
All right, Darcy?
Yes, hi, I'm Darcy. I'm a grade 12 student at Appleby College in Oakville, but I'm originally from Goderich, Ontario. And I'm really excited for the conversation we're about to have today, and I can't wait to hear everyone's perspective.
All right, Jasmine?
Hi, I'm Jasmine. I'm in 12th grade. I go to Adelante High School in Roswell, California. And thank you for letting me be a guest today.
All right, Maddie?
Hi, I'm Maddie. I am a grade 8 student at Sakine Middle School in Wrangell, Alaska, and this is my 3rd year with the Global Student Chat.
All right, and hi everybody, I'm Sam. I'm in grade 12. I've been with the chat since the beginning. Don't even know how many years it's been anymore. I'm excited to talk about what everybody thinks success means to them.
Sam, would you mind taking us through the norms?
I can go through the norms. All right. We'll have 30 minutes to discuss 3 questions. Please be mindful that this chat's open to students in K to 12. Active participation from all classes is how we learn. All comments made during the chat should be positive and productive. We welcome diverse opinions. You may not agree with something someone has said, but when challenging that idea, please disagree with the idea, not the individual person. And just be respectful online. That means using language that's inclusive and culturally appropriate. With that, Samir, if you want to bring us into our first question.
All right. So the first question to kick off the conversation is, what does success look like and feel like to you?
Well, that's a really great question, and I like to go forward for it. So, what I believe is success is having, confidence in whatever decision that you make. And it is ultimately being able to face yourself in the mirror and feel confident in the decisions that you have made and can do it. And everyone makes errors, but we can learn from them and improve them, and as a result we'll be able to become a better version of ourselves. And as like everybody says this thing, and I truly believe in that as well, that success cannot be achieved in one day. There's a lot of hard work that has to be put in. And I would call success both a blessing and also a curse, because it can be both good and bad for a person. If we can handle it well, it would be turning out to be a blessing, and if misused, it may transform into a curse someday. And especially we, the youth, must handle success strongly, else we might end up doing things wrongly. So even if you're the most successful person, and if you stay humble, that's the best thing that you can ever do. Because if there's a tree and, like, let's say we have mangoes on that tree, people would always prefer to take the one that's nearer to the ground. And similarly, it is very much related to humans, that no matter how much success you've achieved in life, it's very important that we stay connected to our roots, stay humble, and stay connected with people across us.
Absolutely. According to me, success is basically building up on what Namya said, being a better version of yourself every second, every minute, every hour, and every day, and giving your best shot at life. While that philosophy forms the core of my definition for success, for me, success means different things as I don different hats. As a daughter, I achieve success when I make decisions on life according to my core values and principles that shape me, the little voice inside my heart that guides me into being wise and a good human and a representative of my family and origin, the things that make my mama and papa smile. As a student, I see success as constantly taking steps into getting to know how the universe works by constantly learning and taking steps into getting to know different theories, laws, proofs of verification, and basically everything at school. Having a growth mindset to embrace the process of applying this knowledge. And then, even as the team lead and student coordinator for my student club, STG Warriors, success is when my younger team members grow, shine, and use the power of their ideas and voice to change the world. That is when my heart swells up with pride and I feel that I did my job well. And when all of these successful situations take place, success truly makes me feel happy on cloud nine, satisfied with a voice in my head that says, keep going, Simmer, you're on the right track.
I completely agree with everything that everyone has said so far. And just to add on to that, I think this has already been touched on a little bit, but I think no one else can define what your success is. And I think everyone has a different definition of what success means to them. And I think keeping that in mind when you're striving for success is that success is not necessarily, that title or an achievement, but it can also just be personal goals that you've set for yourself that contribute to a bigger meaning in your life. So maybe that's personal growth or mental health or physical health and happiness. And I think that's important to keep in mind, that you choose to define your success and measure your success, and you should not make your goals or define your success on anyone else's standards.
I absolutely love that, and that kind of ties into what my thoughts were on it as well. As soon as I heard this question, I immediately thought of two people who I think are a lot wiser than me. And one of them is someone who I had a good chance to work for a while, is John Wooden. He's some consider to be one of the greatest basketball coaches of all time. And I'll tell you what his definition is, and I think it'll tie into a lot of what you all just said. So his definition is, success is peace of mind that is a direct result of self-satisfaction in knowing that you did your best to become the best you are capable of becoming. So it's not based on, like you said, Darcy, it's not based on someone else's standard. It's your standard. You're trying to live up to your potential. And if you can have that self-satisfaction and knowing that you've done everything that you can do to be the best person you can be, that feels incredible. And then the other one that goes along with that, George Bernard Shaw put it this way. He said, this is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose, recognized by yourself as a mighty one. And I love that too, because it's the idea that the self-fulfillment that comes from spending your life in a way that is mighty, that has this mighty purpose behind it. And so it's not just about you. It's not just about like achieving some, level of personal success, but what are you doing that is a mightier purpose that you're dedicating your life to? And I love that word joy too. He uses the word joy. I think success feels joyful.
I'm going to add on that because we had a comment on Twitter from Niati and I'll pull it up here on the screen, but she had said that, when she looks back and reflects on her day and she feels happy, that's what success feels like. And when she looks at people around her complimenting her hard work and feeling proud of her, that she feels successful. So I just wanted to pull that in because it ties into that joy piece a little bit, I believe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Maddie, I know you wanted to maybe add in a thought on success.
Yeah, just adding on to what everyone's saying. To me, success feels like making a goal and working as hard as you can and pushing yourself. And once you achieve it, you feel so good. And it can be something small, and you don't even have to get recognition, but just knowing you did what you didn't know you could do before and feeling good about it, that's what success means to me.
I agree. For me, success feels like working in a career that I enjoy, taking care of patients, getting paid for something I really enjoy doing.
And I think, to add to that, just as you mentioned, it related to a career, I think just like as your career may evolve over time in terms of what you're doing for a living, I think maybe even your vision of success or your view of success can even evolve over time, as you go through life, for sure. Sam, I don't know if you wanted to chime in on anything there.
I think everybody has covered pretty much everything I was going to say. Yeah, success really is just whatever you make success be in your eyes. It's something you measure about yourself. It's not something anybody else can determine for you.
I think that's kind of a unifying theme around all of these answers, is that it has to do, it's your definition of success, and you can't fall into that trap of letting other people define what success means for you. And so it's, as he said, recognized by yourself as a mighty one. You don't have to be concerned what other people think. It's something that you can define for yourself. I love that.
Absolutely. And that brings us to our second question. When we talk about success, failure also plays a crucial part. So failure is an opportunity for growth. We'd love to hear all your viewpoints on how you describe how you have grown from a recent personal failure.
I wouldn't mind starting this question off. And by the way, everyone, I'm sorry I'm late. My name is Rebecca. I am a grade 11 student at Cardinal Carter in Canada, Ontario. So a recent example of failure of mine that happened recently, and I've grown from it since, is my performance in my first basketball game since the 2022-2023 rep season started. I hadn't played with my team since before COVID, which means that I had a lot of plays and different drills to catch up on. And throughout the game, I found myself very confused, and I was struggling with recalling where and what I was supposed to be doing. And this affected my ability to give my best performance and help my teammates secure a win. So this specific game gave me motivation to take extra time and go over and learn all of our newest plays. And I practiced and I studied and I made myself proud when we played another game and I was able to keep up, understand, and contribute to the game successfully. My failure gave me motivation to be resilient and independent and make myself successful overall.
That sounds really good, Rebecca. I can totally imagine that because I too play basketball, and it had been 2 years since we couldn't play. But then all of our team members, we came together for the match, and then we did the hard work, and then finally we got the chance to play and we won as well. So if I talk about myself, I believe that it is very important that we need to fail, because when we fail we understand the importance of why success is not just everything. And a personal experience of mine is that I've been a kind of person who's got good marks every time. But there was this time, I think this year only, I did get a few marks here and there, a little bit dicey. So I understood it's not important that every time we have to score well. There might be something that went wrong, something that I could not do that before. So then I understood my mistakes. I written them down, that what did I not work upon this time, and what do I have to work upon for my next exams. I covered those parts up, did the re-revisions, and then I scored better than last time. So that's how it reminds me of the fact that it's not important that you have to score full marks every time. It's important to get a jerk so that you can understand that there might be something going wrong, and then you have to start again. And then you can do well in life.
Yeah, so I definitely appreciate everyone sharing their story, and that's an interesting quote there that Rebecca had shared too, that Michael had just pulled up. But I guess a failure for me that actually happened really recently was I take great pride in being a national level athlete. So I actually played for Team Canada field hockey for the past 3 years, I think. But actually, before I made the national team, I was actually cut from the national team. And for me, that was something that was extremely devastating. I invested a lot of time and energy and money and hours into training. And it's something I really, really wanted. And it was a big goal of mine for a very long time. And I think from that failure, it actually changed my mindset entirely on what I base success on and my happiness on. At the time, it was making the team was going to make me happy, and that's how I was going to be successful. But after being cut, I realized that that's not a good mindset, because I was absolutely devastated, and that I needed to base my success and happiness on things that I had control over. So for me, it was really important to set other goals and have a more balanced lifestyle, and have goals, small goals that I could reach that I could have and be able to accomplish to reach my bigger dream that I had 100% control over. And that really helped me have a shift in mindset. So yeah, I guess that would be my failure.
And I completely agree, Darcy. Like you mentioned, there are some things that we can control and some things that we can't. And yeah, surely failure is an opportunity for growth. And a recent story from my classroom would be a perfect one to verify this. So the thing is that my teacher always gives a timed MCQ quiz containing 5 higher order thinking questions at the end of every lesson, such that every one question is a humongous one and it covers all the concepts taught in the particular chapter. So you can discuss and solve it with your friends, but you need to be very thorough on the concepts and the application part of the lesson. So, well, the timer started, and this one very particular question, I sincerely attempted it with whatever I had learned during the course of the chapter. I got a particular value after solving the question and circled the option B corresponding to my answer, and waited along with my teacher as the other classmates also solved this tricky question. All of a sudden, I noticed that everyone around me was getting another answer which was very close to mine, but it wasn't mine. The majority was sure that the correct answer was not option B, but C. Time was running out, and then I thought that, you know what, maybe I must have made an error. Everyone is getting C. So I changed my choice from B to C, and when the quiz was over, the teacher started to ask us to raise hands. Who all got option A? Nobody raised their hand. Who all got option B? I was supposed to raise the hand, but then I changed my option. Who all got option C? And all the hands went up. And then the teacher revealed the correct answer, which was actually option B, the one I had originally chosen. And then the never mind voice came ringing in my head as I asked myself in my mind, why did I not choose that answer? And why did I change my answer? Why didn't I stand for what I thought was right? And that taught me a big lesson and helped me grow as a person to believe in myself no matter what. Even if you are that one unique choice and voice from 100 people, go ahead and take that risk. Stand out, believe in your best, and leave the rest of the 99 folks to decide for themselves. After all, courage is all about following your conscience instead of following the crowd, doing what you know is right, regardless of the consequence. That's what I think a recent failure has taught me.
I kind of agree with hers. Is right now I'm not doing very well in a class that I know I can do very well in, and so I set goals. And instead of trying to get help from other people, I'm getting help, like other classmates. I'm getting help from the teacher because they know more. But failing at something gives you an opportunity to reflect on what happened and how you can improve, and that's where I'm getting right now. And my grade is raising.
My turn to go. Hey, so for me, I think a recent failure is coming out of I know a couple of stories had to do with like starting things over again, like the basketball coming out of the pandemic and all that. For me, I travel and I speak and I do my Teach Like a Pirate program for educators all over the world. But for 17 months, I didn't have a program. And I was so comfortable with my program before, and so that I kind of stopped practicing, and I kind of got to the point where it was just automatic for me. And I knew exactly what I was going to say. I knew exactly when I was going to say it. And it was just very smooth and well practiced. And then for 17 months, I didn't do it live in front of an audience. And I just kind of assumed that maybe I would be able to go back and regain my previous form. And that was not the case. And I realized that, no, you know what? I have to go back to the beginnings. I have to go back to my roots of how I got to this place to begin with and rebuild this program from the beginning and start to, and actually go back to what I used to do at the very beginning of all this. And that was like practice every day. And so it was this awareness for me that success is something that you're never finished. You're never done. You can always get better, and you always can be put into a position of becoming a beginner again, and being willing to embrace that kind of beginner's mindset of like doing something again for the first time. And so when I came back out of the pandemic, that was a rude awakening for me. But I realized, hey, you know what? I have to own this. I just took 17 months off. I can't expect to be where I used to be. And so, I went back and embraced that beginner's mindset and rebuild it from the beginning.
All right. So when we talk about success not ending where it is, we have the last question for the day, which is success a journey or a destination, and why?
I wouldn't mind starting this one off. So number one, I would just like to say that I absolutely adore this question. I think that it could be a matter of both, but in my personal opinion, I believe that success is a journey. So I say this because I'm a firm believer that success can come in ways that nobody is expecting. I believe that the journey of success is full of bumps and twists, but it's a route well traveled. As hard as this journey can be, it allows us to learn and grow from the mistakes we make on our way, and learning builds on a person's personal success in a large variety of ways. Therefore, I always have and always will live by the idea that success is a journey full of compiling little successes that carry us through life.
I totally agree with that, Rebecca. And adding to that, I had written this short poem. So I'd like to share that with you because I truly believe that success is a journey that leads us to a destination. So life is an inspirational journey which says get, set, and go. Some are meant to lead and some to follow. Each one's life has its own meaning to blow. Some reach the top, some remain in the hollow. Never give up, just carry on the intertwined values. Success is a journey, but there are many dreams to follow.
I love that. Thank you for sharing that. That was beautiful. And I thought about this the other day. I put a post on Instagram from the top of a mountain that I just hiked up. And all you see on Instagram is the picture at the top. And it has the beautiful view. And it has me, selfie style with the background behind me. You can see the ocean off in the distance. And that's often what you see on social media is you see that beautiful picture at the end, the final step of the journey. But what I didn't put on Instagram was the entire hike. And I didn't put the whole journey up to the top. And I didn't put the whole journey back down the mountain either. It was just the turn. And so I think that's a trap that we fall into when we're with social media is that we see these beautiful pictures and we see all these final destinations that people have reached. But what they don't often post about it is the journey. And when you see someone who really connects well on social media, I think one of the things that they're really good at is often they share the journey. They don't just share the final destination, but they share all the steps that it took to get there, all the heartache, the obstacles, the challenges, the mistakes they made along the way. And that's just so much more authentic in a social media presence to not just focus on the final success, but to share a little bit of your journey. And I think that's a great way to connect with people, and people are kind of drawn to that. And so that's what I think about. I think it's definitely all about the journey.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think success is a journey. Say your vision of success is having like all A's. You can't just go from having really bad grades and then overnight you turn in a couple assignments and you have straight A's. You have to work and study and do your hardest to get those good grades or to get whatever your vision of success is. You have to work really hard, and you're going to come along other maybe mini successes along the way or obstacles along the way, but I think it's definitely a journey and you never know what's going to happen along the way.
I think if you haven't had a journey, you haven't fully hit success. Sure, success comes to a lot of people that don't put work in because of either they were just in the right place at the right time. But I think true success is if you've had to take a journey to get to that place of success. Really, if you haven't put in work, did you really do that? So success is just as much of the journey as the destination. There's always work to be put in to actually reach a point of where you've been successful in something. Nothing in life is a freebie. There's always something that there has to be. You have to do something. So success is definitely a journey.
Absolutely. And there's a very nice quote that I got from the internet. It says that success is never final, failure is never fatal, and in the end, it's the courage to continue that really counts. I honestly believe that success is a journey that we take alongside billions of people who constantly evolve by being a better and a new version of themselves every moment. With every decision, every yes, every no, every decision that lies in the gray area, we learn something new. And I honestly believe that the greatest teacher of all time, or the GOAT, is actually life. And oh, yes, the teacher does not follow a set syllabus or chapters to cover, but it provides personalized learning experiences to each of her students and dynamically evolves with our decisions. And how can we, as the students of life, get the best learning experience? Don't be a know it all, be a learn it all. Be authentically you. Be unique and be grateful for who you are and fully appreciate your individuality and all that you have in your life right now. Do the very best that you can right now with all that you have, while at the same time you strive towards even achieving a better tomorrow by bettering yourselves every single day as a lifelong learner. Just like cycling, there will be times that you will be able to ride smoothly and enjoy the breeze and feel the sun rays of happiness. That is the fruits of success. There will be times that we'll fall down due to all the rocks and obstacles in the way. So we should always use the power of our mindset, which should not be a closed one, but a growth mindset to get up and start again. So go ahead and embrace lifelong learning as you take this journey of success.
Thank you so much, Sima, for that lovely answer. And thank you so much, everybody, for giving out those great answers. So, although this live discussion is ending, we invite you to continue the conversation all month long. Our first slow chat question for you to consider is this quote by Martin Luther Jr. Out of the mountain of despair, a stone of hope. Define what this quote means to you, or share your favorite quote about success. Well, if I talk about what I believe, it basically means that victory is carved from disappointment. And Dr. Martin Luther quotes from his poem "I Have a Dream" represents his ideals of peace, justice, love, democracy. And this is a perfect example of success out of failure. That is the first attempt in learning. And failure can turn into success solely because if we try the option of trying again repeatedly, and if we have the determination and focus, we can even we have to experience setbacks, but still, when we are passionate about doing something, we slowly and steadily get closer to attaining our ambition. So that's what I believe, that it's basically success out of failure, that is victory carved out of disappointment. So be sure to use the hashtag Global Student Chat hashtag so our team can interact with you. Thank you.
We want to give a final big thank you to everyone for joining us for our Global Student Chat live broadcast today. Thank you to all of our student team members, and a special thanks to our guest expert today, Dave Burgess. And thank you to our student guest panelist, Jasmine. So this is a quick advertisement for the Social Media Ambassador Program. Are you a digital leader or want to become one? Hashtag Global Student Chat is always seeking student social media ambassadors. This information can be found on globaledsschat.com, and we are always looking for students who excel or are looking to grow their digital leadership skills. Remember to follow us and connect with us on social media, on our website, globalstudentchat.com, our Twitter handle, Global Student Chat, and our Instagram, which has the same handle. Watch for details about our next month's chat, which will be posted on our website on the 1st of each month. The next Global Student Chat Live will take place on December 6th at 1 p.m., and our topic will be Gen Z. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you online.